for working families here. Susan Kennedy has a story. Susan?
Lorna, in a move that puts Montgomery County on the map, the County Council has voted to increase the minimum wage, and it came after a spirited debate.
Councilmember Rice.
By the year 2017, those Montgomery County residents working in minimum wage jobs will be making $11.50 per hour. This historic vote by the council is designed to balance the needs of county workers and businesses that are still recovering from the national recession. Mark Elrich is one of the bill's sponsors.
I always thought that we ought to be thinking about what this actually means for people trying to put food on the table. And I think at the end of the day, we made a good decision. I would have liked a year earlier, but I think we've really moved in the right direction. I'm really proud of what we've done, and I'm happy.
With the vote, the council precedes action by the state. Governor Martin O'Malley has said he will push to raise the minimum wage during this year's legislative session. In the meantime, neighboring jurisdictions, Prince George's County and the District of Columbia, are poised to take similar action. The bill's co-sponsors call it economic justice.
I think it's an amazingly historic day for the county and for those residents who have struggled so much, especially in a county that we know the cost of living is so high. And although we try every year to strengthen our safety net, we know that the best tool is definitely to put more money in people's pockets. It provides the dignity that they deserve.
We have to just step out sometimes on good information and on faith that we came here to do this job. But at the end of the day, we did win a victory on behalf of thousands and thousands of families across our region.
Elrich says by increasing the regional minimum wage, not only will the need for public assistance decline, but more money will be put back into the economy. He says it's a win-win.
This is real increases in income, and the more people make, the less public assistance you get. I mean, that's not a theory, that's a fact. Everything we have in this county is on a sliding scale. And so the more you move up the sliding scale, the less the government pays and the more you pay. And they're going to net out better off anyway. I mean, it's okay to pay taxes. It's okay to pay for services. I would think that everybody, conservative or liberal, would want people to be able to pay for things and not bemoan the fact they're going to get less public assistance. That is a great outcome.
The bill now moves on to the county executive's office, where it's expected to be signed. In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
Pedestrian collisions in parking lots and garages are on the rise, and Executive Ike Leggett launched an educational campaign this holiday season to raise awareness among drivers and pedestrians about actions they can take to avoid becoming a statistic. Looking down and talking on the cell phone while walking through a parking lot. This is a picture of what authorities say is an accident waiting to happen. Therefore, the county has launched an educational campaign to address the growing number of pedestrian collisions in parking lots.
We have the holiday season coming up, and all of us are going to be spending an inordinate amount of our time in parking lots. We do as a course of modern life anyway. But we have noticed at the county, as we've pursued our pedestrian safety initiative over the past years, that a significant number of pedestrian collisions are happening in parking lots.
As a matter of fact, over the past 5 years, there has been a 50% increase in parking lot collisions. Last year alone, there were 125 collisions in parking lots and garages.
What normally happens is the following. There are drivers who are not mindful of those who are walking pedestrians. Pedestrians who are walking in between cars, disregarding the markings that you normally would see on the roads, assuming that it is safe. They have groceries and bags in their hands. They have iPods and earphones which they cannot hear, they cannot see, and the drivers do not see them. You do not have the eye-to-eye contact. And so it is an accident waiting to happen.
The educational campaign features the message, don't run over people, don't get run over. And it consists of ride-on-bus ads, bus shelter ads, and safety tip cards, all aimed at drivers and pedestrians in English and in Spanish.
Slow down and look around. You have to be seen to be safe, whether it's from distracted drivers or your own clothing. High visibility is a very important element here.
Turns out that 80% of the time it is a driver's fault when it comes to parking lot collisions.
When we're out on the street, we have a few more tools that we can use. We can write citations when someone commits a violation. We're at a bigger disadvantage in a parking lot because on private property, police can't write citations for these violations. So it's important for us to focus on prevention. It's important for us to focus on awareness and education.
Thus, the county has partnered with several retail property managers and owners to bring the safety messages directly to drivers and pedestrians in parking lots. The Montgomery County Department of Finance's Tax Compliance Office has identified about 5,000 accounts mistakenly claiming homeowner tax credits. The Homestead Tax Credit Program benefits many eligible homeowners every year to get a credit on their property tax bill. However, one of the requirements is that the homeowner must reside in the home. The department produced a report that indicates that 5,000 accounts do not meet this criteria.
Where we can determine that people have not lived in and they've received the tax credits, if you will, we're going to try to make adjustments to that. It's simply unfair to the remainder of the taxpayers who are abiding by the law for those who are skirting it to not to pay their fair share of taxes. And so it's one area that I think we need to address. And we're going to go after those who have violated the law, at least gotten the credits, and to make sure that they pay up. And there are some very strong measures that can follow if, in fact, we find that people have not paid taxes that are actually due to the county. We'll send out notice to them and, first of all, ask them to pay or show why they should not pay, and we'll proceed accordingly therefrom.
The county will correct these accounts, and this could save the county up to $3.3 million in revenues each year. Homeowners will be billed retroactively for the periods that they did not qualify and received the credit. The county turned to its residents for advice on new data projects this week. My MC Media's Valerie Bonk has more from the county's first open data town hall meeting.
Montgomery County wants its residents to speak up, and tonight they had a chance to do just that, telling county officials what information they'd like access to online.
The blank pieces of paper serve as empty canvases ready to be filled with ideas. The crowd at the Bethesda Chevy Chase Regional Center came for a chance to be heard at the first town hall of its kind.
It's pretty resource intensive to get these things published, so we want to get input before we just start taking a kitchen sink approach to publishing data.
And it's not a small feat. The county has more than 800 sets of data to mine and prepare for new innovation projects.
After this, we take the input that we gather here tonight, but then process it into our open data inventory and open data implementation planning process, and decide which data sets are needed sooner than later.
Representatives from the Sunlight Foundation also attended the meeting to help residents get the most out of their government with this unique opportunity to speak up.
I want to see citizens in Montgomery County get really excited about open data the way I'm excited about open data, the way data nerds and researchers and people really interested in civic services are excited about open data, and have them show up at the open data town halls and say, this is what I want to see, this is the information I want, this is what I want to learn about my county.
So what's the most frequent request for data?
People love transit data, and people also love crime data. So it's interesting. Everybody has to commute for the most part, and everybody's affected by, police, fire and rescue. So those are typically the most popular ones.
For more information, visit data.montgomerycountymd.org. For County Report This Week, I'm Valerie Bonk.
The results of the town hall are available at mcinnovationlab.com. When we come back, the holiday season is underway and the city of Rockville prepares its annual holiday drive. And the county is asking all of us to recycle as much as possible during the holidays. We'll be right back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility?
call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Are you sure they can recycle us, Clamshell?
Hey, Dome, we're on a new recycling postcard.
I can't wait to make a new start. Maybe I'll be a red carpet at a big premiere.
And I'll get to paint the White House.
Shh, here he comes. Now you can recycle more plastics in Montgomery County, including #1 PET plastics such as clamshells, deli containers, trays, lids, domes, and cups. We're in! For more information on recycling, contact the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311. The wait is over. Recycle more plastics today.
Welcome back to Kind of Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. The holiday season is a time for giving. Members of the City of Rockville Community Services Division and many volunteers were on hand at the Elwood Smith Community Center to support the annual Rockville Holiday Drive.
Needs to get one of each or two of each, and we've got a list of what.
For more than 40 years, Rockville's Holiday Drive has collected and distributed food at Thanksgiving and toys and gifts in December.
People are in real need. You know, we are coming out of the recession, and the recession didn't hit Rockville as hard as it did hit some other places, but it's uneven. And one of the things that we see is that there's still great need in lots of parts of the city, and this time of year especially, families feel it.
With the help of donors and volunteers, the Holiday Drive provided Thanksgiving meals for 520 households and a Thanksgiving luncheon for 103 seniors.
Rockville's a generous city, and I think people are grateful for the opportunity to kind of channel that generosity a little bit. That's one of the great things about the Holiday Drive is that it allows, in an organized fashion, for people to get together in schools and businesses to donate goods, to donate their time, and really come out and help their community.
While donations for Thanksgiving have already wrapped up for the season, there is still time to help. For more information on how to give, contact the city's Community Services Division at 240-314-8310 or go to rockvillemd.gov/holiday drive.
I think the more you give back, the more you receive, and it makes you feel good. It just feels good to do something for others.
As the holiday season gets underway, we would like to remind residents that the county's Volunteer Center has a number of volunteer opportunities available during the upcoming holiday season. This week, we had Bruce Adams from the Office of Community Partnerships as our guest on our Spanish language radio show to invite the public to take up on volunteerism during the season.
We want to make sure that Montgomery County is the most welcoming community in all of America, and part of that is volunteering. Part of that is rolling up your sleeves and helping your neighbors. And in the holiday season, that's especially important. So people who want to help with the Holiday Giving Project can email holidays@awidercircle.org, or you can go on montgomeryserves.org on the web and find all kinds of holiday service opportunities.
Just visit montgomeryserves.org to find a volunteer opportunity. Holiday shopping, eating, and unwanted mail are great opportunities to recycle due to the many items generated during the holiday season. Residents are asked to reduce, reuse, and recycle during the holidays and, of course, every day. We need your participation to reach the goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of our waste stream by 2020. Please try to recycle everything possible. The county has the highest recycling rate in Maryland, and ongoing participation in recycling initiatives by residents, employees, and others is critically important as the county strives to achieve its ambitious recycling goal. When we come back, put on your dancing shoes to watch this rehearsal by MCPS students of Latin dance. And we take you to Montgomery College, where two teams qualified for national championship tournaments. We'll be right back.
There's a reason why area law enforcement are out enforcing pedestrian and traffic safety laws and preventing killer pedestrian crashes. Be alert. Be street smart.
back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Students at Loiterman Middle School got a chance to voice their ideas and concerns with Superintendent Joshua Starr and the student member of the Board of Education recently in the second of 6 student town halls this school year. Here's the story from MCPS TV.
Students at Loiterman Middle School in Silver Spring got the chance to voice their opinions during Superintendent Joshua Starr's second student town hall meeting of the school year. The program, which is also simulcast throughout the school on closed-circuit TV, was co-hosted by student member of the board, Justin Kim.
So in terms of student advocacy, I find that a lot of middle school students are left out. So I think it's important for us to reach out to them to hear their opinion on the matters of the school system.
It's just good to hear what's on people's minds. Certainly technology is a big issue we're wrestling with, and there are no easy answers, and it's really important that our kids help lead the discussion about what we should be doing.
Board of Education member Michael Durso was on hand for the event.
Well, it's always a good opportunity for me to try to stay in touch with what is going on in the schools, what the students are thinking, what are some of their concerns.
Students posed questions about the curriculum, increasing hands-on project-based instruction, and the use of personal electronics in school.
I learned that they are finding out if we can use electronics more in school educationally, not like, woohoo, I'm on Facebook.
I thought today was interesting. It was actually kind of fun to ask all your questions.
It was cool that Dr. Starr came here to answer all the students' questions.
For more information on this and future student town halls, visit mcpsstudenttownhall.org.
The next student town hall will be held at Northwood High School on January 28th. Today, we give you a peek behind the scenes to check out how some MCPS students prepare for the 14th annual MCPS Latin Dance Competition. Valerie Bonk brings us a story that showcases students from Wheaton High School.
They're not wearing dance shoes, and they're not in a dance studio. But that doesn't bother these high school students who are dedicated to learning more about their Hispanic culture through the art of dance.
We're Latin, and I'm so proud to represent all my Latin people, and that's where we're here.
For most of these students, it's their first exposure to ballroom. And this year, they're competing in the school system's annual Latin competition for the first time, an event that features 9 other schools and sells out year after year at Strathmore.
2, and go.
They're so dedicated. I mean, just to say that, high schoolers come in to rehearse hours after school, and at night we have evening rehearsals from 6 to 8 sometimes. Just the fact that they come in and do that, it says wonders.
In just 12 weeks, these students have gone from not knowing proper form to learning a complete production number.
I feel very proud and very emotional because we do our hardest and we try to make everything perfect, even though and everything can't come out perfect, but we do try our hardest and we're all like a family.
But for the director behind the idea, it's about dance and much more.
We're using music and we're using this program to actually kind of catch them and be able to talk to them, to keep them in the right path, to talk about self-motivation, to talk about teamwork, respect each other. And those are the real reasons of why this program exists.
For County Report this week, I'm Valerie Bonk.
2 Montgomery College teams recently qualified for national championship tournaments, and MCTV's Michael Brown has a report on how they fared.
The MC volleyball team and men's soccer team both earned their way to the NJCAA National Championships after big wins in their postseason tournaments. The volleyball team stunned the field when they upset Lorraine, the number 9 team in the nation, to take the Region 20 District G crown. And the Raptors men's soccer team swept their way to the Region 20 District F title with big wins over Howard and Potomac State. At the Volleyball National Championships in Minnesota, the upstart Raptors ran into the toughest competition in the nation. In round 1, they played hard but lost their first match to Ridgewater, the nation's number 3 team. In the second round, they faced a Northampton squad with a gaudy 34-1 record, and the Raptors gave them all they wanted before falling in 4 tight sets. And in their final match, they put on their best performance of the tournament before falling to FIT in 4 close sets. So while it was a tough tournament for them, they still finished 8th in the nation. And that finish assures that the Raptors will be ranked in next season's preseason NJCAA Top 10, which will no doubt help recruiting. The MC men's soccer team entered the national championship tournament in upstate New York, the number 2 team in the nation. Their first match against Century College was tight early, but MC's defense held the fort until the offense got on track with 3 goals in the second half to win 4-0. That set up a heavyweight bout in the semis when the number 2 Raptors faced number 3 Suffolk. And that match was as close as their rankings. After a scoreless first half, MC finally broke through, but Suffolk tied it and then quickly took a 2-1 lead. MC tied it at 2, but a late Suffolk goal was the difference, and MC went down to a disappointing 3-2 defeat. That painful loss does not diminish this team's accomplishments. They finished 4th in the nation, they led the nation in scoring, they broke the all-time NJCAA scoring record, and they won their 2nd straight Maryland JUCO, Region 20, and District F titles. For County Report this week from Montgomery College, I'm Michael Brown.
When we come back, we take you to the County Executives Ball, a celebration to fundraise for the arts. And a giant baby Smurf paraded down Georgia Avenue while thousands watched the 16th annual Thanksgiving parade. We'll take you to the big celebration.
Now's a great time to register for Montgomery College's spring semester classes to make sure you get the classes you want when you want them. Choose courses from more than 130 majors and programs offered at our campus locations and online. You can register today online or at any of our 3 campuses. With winter weather on the way, now's the time to sign up for MC Alert. Receive college closing, delay, and emergency information via text message and email. The service also sends important information about Montgomery County weather and traffic events. Come out and support your Montgomery College Raptors. Men's and women's basketball seasons have just started, so make plans now to root them on. Schedules are posted online at montgomerycollege.edu/athletics, and you can follow the teams on social media for the latest news.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. There was a lot of money raised and a big turnout for the Executives Ball on November 24th at the Bethesda North Marriott Hotel and Conference Center. My MC Media's Sonia Burke reports. Sonia?
I'm at the 28th Annual County Executive Ball, where the focus is on raising money for the arts. This is a fun night for local officials, the business community, and area nonprofits who join together to show their support for arts education programs in Montgomery County.
We have nearly 1,000 members from our community here this evening to share in one common cause, which is to raise money to support arts and education programs all throughout Montgomery County.
And tonight we may make $400,000 for the community, for the not-for-profit arts and humanities community, which is phenomenal. We're so excited.
This event is completely run by volunteers, and it begins with a reception and receiving line. There's also live music, dancing, a silent auction, and this year a Toyota Prius was even raffled off.
For me, it's about honoring the arts in our community and how important they are to our cultural life, to, if you will, the soul of Montgomery County, and of course the economic contribution it makes as well. So anything we can do to support artists in every way, I'm in.
Montgomery County Executive Isaiah Leggett said he was impressed with the turnout and the organizers.
I think it's a little bit more than we've had in the past, so I think it goes to the work of the committee, my wife and Tammy and others who really built this up. They've done a fabulous job, in my opinion, of increasing the turnout, raising additional revenues, and really coming through for arts.
We have a lot of volunteers. That is the jewel of our county. We have people that volunteer their time, their expertise, and their service to ensure that something like this is a success. And indeed, it is a success tonight.
For County Report this week, I'm Sonia Burke.
Every week, we bring you a pet that needs adoption in our Pet of the Week segment. And here is Kathy Stanhope from the Humane Society with Shadow, a male cat that needs a home.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society, and we are here with Shadow. Shadow is a very handsome gray short-haired cat. I think he's about 4. He's been at the shelter here for a while and he's looking for a home. And this is a very big boy. This is a whole lap full of cat. And he's very sweet. He really does like laps to sit on. He likes to be pet, and he particularly loves, I don't know if you can tell here, but he particularly loves chin rubs. He's a really nice guy and he really does need a home. Please remember, when you're looking for a new pet, always consider adoption first. And we have everything you could possibly imagine, from the dogs and cats that you always think of when you think of the shelter, to the guinea pigs and the hamsters and the ferrets and the gerbils, even occasional duck or rooster or pot-bellied pig. So when you're looking for any new addition to your family in the pet department, please give us a call at 240-773-5960 or visit us on the web at mchumane.org. You can see Shadow there and all his friends. Give us a call.
It is that time of the year when Brookside Gardens lights up for the holidays. However, Garden of Lights needs some extra hands, volunteers to help out with the light display. Here are our friends at Brookside to tell us how you can help.
Here at Brookside Gardens, our Garden of Lights holiday display, which includes over 940,000 lights in many specialty forms, are all set up and managed with the help of volunteers. I'm Jared Ashling, the volunteer coordinator here at Brookside Gardens in Wheaton, and we have so many ways for volunteers to get involved with our holiday light display. Once the light display is open, volunteers are needed to work evenings from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week, helping to direct traffic in our parking lots, answer questions with guests, and provide interpretation throughout the light display and conservatory exhibit. It can be cold, so plan on bundling up in your warmest winter coat. But don't worry, during your breaks, you can warm up with a cup of hot cocoa, listen to live bands play holiday tunes, and get into the holiday spirit. Students, if you're looking for a fun and unique way to get into the holiday spirit while completing your student service learning hours, think Brookside Gardens.
Over 20,000 people lined the streets in downtown Silver Spring to watch the 16th annual Montgomery County Thanksgiving Parade. Local marching bands, fire engines, clowns, animals, glittering floats, and a giant baby Smurf balloon were part of this year's festivities. Here we leave you with some sights and sounds of the parade. And with that, we close this edition of County Report this week. We invite you to check out our open data site where you may review and analyze all sorts of raw data. Visit data.montgomerycountymd.gov. We would also like for you to like us on Facebook. Join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Hey everybody, I'm Jim. I'm John, and we're the Feasty Boys, reminding you to can it, cool it, and throw it away. We're talking about cooking oil and grease. Instead of dumping it down the drain, put it in an old can, store it in the fridge, and when it gets hard, just throw it away. It keeps the pipes clear and no sewage backup. So can it, cool it, and throw it away to help protect the bay. To learn more and get these nifty can covers, log on to WSSCwater.com. Can it!